Oh God. Off to a good start, y'all. You ever want to just be like cute in your intro and you're like, I'm gonna sit in this cute spot in the light, and then you like almost fall back on your chair? That's me. Today I was doing some calligraphy and I was like, this is awesome. I love this. I love being creative. And then I was thinking, what makes a healthy creative? Like, I go through phases where I'm like, no more creative work. I am tapped out. I am totally not into the creative zone, and I hate myself when that happens. So I was thinking, you know what, you guys probably have that happen to you too. Not you hitting yourselves, don't do that, but not being creative and not feeling like a healthy creative. And like, what is a healthy creative? Someone who is able to create probably more often than not creating. So let's talk about how to remain a healthy creative, things that I do, tips that I have, and all of my creative wisdom. Let's do this. Okay, so we're talking about being creative. If you guys want to see some of my creative work, get this segue. You can check out my Instagram or my Twitter or my blog, because all that stuff lives there. Subscribe, like, let's do this. First things first, when you're creative, to stay on that creative tap, you gotta create consistently. And I know that sometimes this is hard because, you know, things come up or maybe you didn't make time for it, but the idea in staying consistent when you're a creative is actually scheduling that time. I have my huge desk calendar. I am not touching it. I thought it was right behind me. It is back here. I have my desk calendar, so I will literally schedule time to be creative and to get into my work and just give myself that practice and that routine when it comes to my creative vibe. But what if you can't be consistent because you just get tapped out so easily and you just, feel a lack of inspiration? One thing that I do when it comes to inspiration is, yes, we all follow people that inspire us, but at the same time, have you ever just been like scrolling through Instagram or looking at a bunch of people's stuff, if you're a blogger, and being like, you just start comparing yourselves to them. And it sucks because they're them doing their thing, and you're never going to be able to be them. Like, you are you. And sometimes the content that some bloggers are able to create, because they're travel bloggers or they've got like a lot of connections within the makeup world, so they're able just to work with a lot of those beauty products that you want to work with, and then you start getting bogged down, and by almost looking at their stuff, you step back in the whole creative realm because you feel inadequate. That is such a burden. So when I feel the need that I want to be really creative, I tap into a couple of the people that inspire me. But I try to stay off Instagram if I like have a video to film that day, or I have photos that I want to take, because you don't want to copy someone else as well. So that's like kind of a thing. You can get inspired by Instagram and social media and stuff like that, but sometimes staying off it is just as beneficial as creating that mood board and then moving on. One thing that one of my favorite bloggers downtown Toronto always says, and he is one of my favorite bloggers because I don't know if I would call him a blogger, I guess vlogger, Peter McKinnon, because he's phenomenal. He's a literal film cinematographer. He always says done is better than perfect. Like, we could nitpick over these videos and just go crazy over the fact that like, oh, you could have made that cut there, or that transition could have been cooler, or maybe we could find some better music, or like, let's go out and get a bunch more shots of this because I don't know if like this that you got is as good. Like, of course you want to create content that's good, but at the same time, you don't want to beat it to death, because when it comes to creative content, I mean, I could film this video 10 times, and if I'm still not happy with it, like, that's probably a me thing. You know, done is better than perfect. Just getting out that consistent content, it's very difficult to make every single thing perfect. But at the same time, there's like beauty in those imperfections. I almost fell on that chair over there, and that's fine. Like, I could have filmed that intro again, but like, that is what actually happened. So, oh my God. I think that truck almost just hit that van outside. This is the problem with filming in the city. Right by your window, you get distracted very easily. Oh. Oh God. Okay, we're good. But I am one of those people who would run down and be like, I witnessed the whole thing. Awful. Okay, so another thing to stay inspired is to take yourself on a creative date. Okay, so what inspires you? Is it nature? Is it architecture? I'm just assuming that all the things that inspire you could be outside, because Mother Nature and things that we create as humans are so incredibly amazing creatively. So what I will do is I'll take my camera, because sometimes you need to also step away from the whole media realm of things, especially when it's your job, but you still want to create stuff. I'll take my camera and I'll just go for a walk. And if something I see is beautiful, if I like love flowers, you guys know this, so I'll go to the Royal Botanical Gardens and I'll just walk around and like be inspired and just like soak up the nature things. Or I'll grab a friend and we'll go out and have like a shoot day and just like have fun kind of thing. The next thing that I found is something that's so important for me, and I think everyone should almost embrace this in life, no matter whether you're creative or not, is to never stop learning. One thing that I have been obsessed with lately has been calligraphy. I really want to learn calligraphy. 2 of my best friends are getting married next year, and the whole point in me learning calligraphy is actually my way of saying like, hey, I want to help you make some cool stuff for your wedding. But at the same time, it has been this form of meditation for me. I think I can take a second and sit down and totally focus and just like be in my psyche. But at the same time, I fully believe that there are many different forms of meditation, and it's almost necessary if you're a creator to find your form of meditation. Maybe it's just sitting down and playing the guitar. If you can do that, good for you. I have a guitar sitting over there. I don't know how to play it. Next goal. My next thing to start learning. Maybe it's doing calligraphy. When I'm sitting there and I'm just writing out letters or writing out sayings, it's just a time for me to sit there and just totally refuel my whole creative vibe. Maybe it's running. Runners totally meditate. Or maybe it is classical meditation. Find an opportunity to meditate and also tap into something so you never stop learning. Calligraphy has been that thing that I have pushed myself to learn because I want to never stop learning as a creator. You know how I was talking about the blog date, like taking yourself on a blog date? Another really important thing for a healthy creator is to have a hub. And this space that I've been creating, that I've been living in, my goal and my dream for it is to be that creative hub. And so far my desk space has done that for me. I also just want to fill this place as a jungle because I think plants really feel the creative vibe. But have a hub, have somewhere where you can always come back to. If you're not having a creative day, you can go there and you just feel safe being a creative, feel safe filming, writing, editing photos, and maybe that's your desk space, maybe that's your room, maybe it's a cubicle in the library. Just have a space that you can go to that helps you refill that well when you're not willing to kind of go out into the world and really just discover the whole creative passion outside of what you're doing right now. You know how we were talking about comparison? There's one thing that I've noticed recently with myself and my own creating that has propelled me so much further than I expected. And that is stop caring what people think. I know it sounds so obvious and everyone will tell you this, like everyone in your life will tell you this, and it's a very difficult thing to hone in on. But the moment that I just stopped caring, you know, what I posted, like if I post this, will someone unfollow me? Or, you know, does this make the feed look perfect and all that kind of stuff? If someone unfollows you after you post something because they don't like your content, that's like good. Like let them live their own destiny, let them make their own choices. You want engaged followers, so it doesn't matter if you have less. Don't let any of those numbers get you down at all. And if someone cares about something that you posted, I mean within reason, like don't be a freaking racist. But if it's something that you're passionate about and it's within the realm of public societal acceptance, then who cares? You know, like the moment you stop caring, the moment you're able to tap into a whole level of creativity because you don't care anymore. You don't care what someone else thinks. You're able to just think freely, and thinking freely fuels creativity. I'd say take risks is also a big one, and reinvent yourself. Take risks all the time. I remember I was following this one blogger and he's done such an amazing job just featuring his work, and I feel like he started taking risks by adding more movement into his photos, and now it's kind of his vibe that he's reinvented himself into being. Here's an example of one of those photos, absolutely stunning, and incorporating the whole nature thing as well. Send an email to that restaurant owner that you love the vibe of their place. Ask them if you can create content there, and if they say yes, great. You know, like, take risks, communicate. Don't be a millennial that doesn't pick up the phone. Do something outside of your comfort zone, because that's just going to propel your creativity forward. The last thing that I'm going to say is self-care. No matter what you're up to, no matter what you're doing, you have to take care of yourself first, because until you do that, you're not going to be able to take care of business. So make sure you get enough sleep, you know, you're eating right, maybe you're adding some fitness into your routine. That can just help the creative flow continue, and just the overall health of your life will be reflected in the health of your creativity. I loved making this video with you guys, just sitting down and chatting. I loved breaking down some of the things that I do to stay creative, and almost making this video has filled my own well in terms of creativity. So I think I'm gonna maybe edit this video and meditate with some calligraphy. I put it out there and a couple of friends were like, I want you to write all these things. So I'm gonna get to that. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I don't know, why wouldn't you? Let's hang out more. And I hope you're having a great day. Fill that well, be a healthy creator, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.